Hello and welcome to the FlexMLS webinar using Contact Portal with an iOS device. This is the 6th webinar in the Portal series. In this webinar, we'll review how to log into the Contact Portal using an iOS device such as an iPhone, and how to navigate the information and functions available to the contact when they log into their portal from an iOS device. So let's get started. And real quick, just want to note that this video will be taken off of an iPhone, not an iPad. Okay. So what we're looking at here is a sample of a subscription email, and when that email is opened up, we are given typically the primary photo of the listing that it's in reference to, the price, the address, and some other additional information over here. Okay, and if we wanted to view this listing via the mobile portal site, we could just tap on this button here, View Listing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And that'll direct us to the mymobile.flexmls.com, which, in case you don't have a subscription set up and you just want to go to this site without having to go through a subscription link, you would just go to your native web browser and type in this web address up here. Okay. So right away we are seeing the listing that the subscription email was in reference to. Down here at the bottom we have our toolbar, which has a home option, which gives us some information about our agent, but I'll get into that a little bit later. We have our Newsfeed, which is the one selected, which again, this is showing us the listing that the subscription was in reference to. And we have a login button down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually click on this login button so that I can get a little bit more options here. And that pre-fills our username, which is going to be the primary email address that's attached to our contact, and our password. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And I'm going to click Login. Alright, so now you'll notice after we logged in, we got a few different options, a few extra options at the bottom here in our toolbar. Alright, just to keep things a little more organized, I'm going to start from the left-hand side and work my way down the toolbar. So I will get back to the Newsfeed and show you what all you can do with the Newsfeed, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the Home option. Oops. There we go. So now here we see the agent's contact information. We get their name, their title, the phone number. This is a clickable link, so if I wanted to call them real quick off my phone, I could just tap on that link and that'll pull up my phone app and that will let me call them. Same goes for email. If I wanted to shoot them an email, I could just tap on this link here and I could shoot them an email with my email client. If I wanted to send them a message via FlexMLS, I could just tap on this messages button and that would allow me to send them a message through MLS instead of an email. And if I tap on this arrow here to the right of the agent's name, that shows me some extra information about my agent. So it shows me their web address if they have one. Their phone number isn't clickable. However, to the right here we have two other options. We could text message them or we could call them if we want to. Alright, we still have that clickable link of the email address in case we wanted to email them. And if we scroll down the screen, we get their physical address and then a link to their office website as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this back arrow, take me back to that original screen. Next function we have is the search function. This function allows you as a consumer to perform your own searches to see, what is out there. In case your agent doesn't have you set up on a particular search, you can create your own search. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this search link. Alright, right off the bat we are given a list view of results, and if you notice up in the left hand corner we're looking at 7,300 results, and over here to the right we can see how it's sorted, highest priced, highest to lowest. It's giving us these results because we have not entered any information in. Once we start entering information, that'll narrow down our results for us, okay? And there's a few different ways that we can do that. We could come up here to the enter location text field, and if I just tap my finger inside that text box, that allows me to enter in a location. For instance, let's say we're searching within Waukesha. Whoops. If I could spell. There we go. So it's giving us the municipality of Waukesha, the county of Waukesha, and then a few additional addresses that match Waukesha. Alright, so let's just say I want to search within the municipality of Waukesha. I'll go ahead and click on the municipality link here. Alright, so now that drastically dropped my number of results, and it's showing me from priced highest to lowest what matches my criteria just with that Waukesha municipality. I could then filter my search criteria a little bit more by selecting this filter option over here. And now this allows me to enter in if I'm looking for any open houses, total amount of bathrooms, bedrooms, square footage, price, etc. And if I wanted to add a field, I could just come down here to this add a field option. And if I click on that, that lets me type in a field I might be looking for. So in this instance, let's say I'm looking for garage spaces. So I would type in the word garage. And down here I'm given a few different options, garage spaces or garage type. I'll just go ahead and select that first one, garage spaces. And now that added the field garage spaces to my search, so I could enter in the amount of garage spaces I'm looking for in a listing to narrow down from that 175 to whatever it might be. Okay. And after entering in all my criteria, if I wanted to reset back to the original zeros out, I could just click this reset button, and that'll take me back to what we're looking at here, minus the garage spaces. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and click on this close button over here to take me back to my search results. Alright, and then you'll notice on each of these listing photos there's a star up in the right hand corner. That's a saved star. So if I like the listing, I could just simply tap on that star logo to store it in my favorites, or my saved collection I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that just to show you. And now that's saved to my saved collection. If I wanted to get some additional information about these listings, I could simply tap anywhere inside the photo. And that pulls up the photos as well as the general information about that listing. So I could scroll through these photos if I wanted to just check it out. Or I could scroll down the screen here just to see all the other information about the listing. I could also hide this listing if I didn't like it and I don't want to see it again. This will be stored in my hidden collection. If I like this listing, I could save it in my saved collection, but you'll notice it says saved because I hit that star icon. If I didn't hit that star icon, it would simply say save, and I could tap on that and it would then say saved. I could also share this listing via text message or email, etc. if I want to do it that way. And then I also have the ability to contact my agent about this listing in case I wanted to set up a showing or something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click this back arrow now. And then if I wanted to change the sort of the list view I was looking at right here, I could change that by tapping on this sort option right here in the bottom corner. I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. And now I have the ability to change my view from priced highest to lowest to either new or recently changed first, price lowest to highest, status, alphabetized by city, etc., etc. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on the back arrow up here. And we are able to view these results in a map format by coming down to the bottom here and choosing the map function. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Alright, and then that lays out our results on a map format for us to see. Right over here in the Waukesha Municipality area. Here we see that we have the 175. If we wanted to change our standard map view to satellite view, we could tap on this icon over here to the right, and that'll change it to satellite view for us. And by tapping on that again, it changes back to standard view for us. Alright, and we can zoom in on our screen to see these results just by pressing our fingers together on the screen and expanding them. Let's try that again. There we go. So now, as we got in closer, we are able to see the house icons and they're priced in their white text bubbles there. If we tapped on any one of these, it would pull up that listing for us to view. So if I were to tap on this one right here, the 230K one, now I'm able to scroll through this like I was before and view all the photos, view the general information, hide it, save it, share it if I wanted to. I could contact my agent about it up here. And I'm just able to see everything there is to know about this listing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and click this back arrow here, take me back to my results. Now let's say I wanted to create my own shape to search within. Maybe I didn't want to search within the entire municipality of Waukesha, but I wanted to create a little shape and see what listings fall within that shape or that area. I can do that by coming down to this draw function right here. And when I click on that, that then clears out the results on my map to give me some space so it doesn't compromise my shape when I'm creating it. To start creating your shape, you want to find a starting point somewhere on the map. Okay, I'll start by tapping on the screen up here by Northview Road. And what that does is it drops a little dot. That's the beginning of my shape that I'm going to create. Next, I want to find the next bend where I want my shape to bend at, and then I'll continue to do that to create my shape. So what I mean by that is, say over here by North Bel Air, I want to create the first corner of my shape. I'll just tap over there somewhere. And now there's the first bend or corner of my shape. I'll then want to find the next area that I want the shape to come to. So I'll say I'll bring it over here by Moreland Boulevard. And then there's the second bend in my shape. Okay, so I'll continue this process until I get full circle. So I'll bring the next bend over here past Lowell Park. And then again over here by Maple Way. And then to bring your shape full circle, to complete your shape, you'll just want to tap on the original dot that you had placed on the map to start when you created your shape. Alright, and by doing that, that completes my shape for me, and that pulls up only the results that show in that fall in that area that I created. Okay, it tells me that there's 9 listings. I could tap on any one of those, and I could see all their general information. You can only do one shape at a time, so if I were to come down here and click on this draw option again, it would tell me that if I wanted to draw a new shape, the existing one would have to be discarded. So I could either say keep to keep the original shape that I made, or I could discard this shape that I made to create a new one. Alright, I'm just going to go with the keep function here. And then to get back to the list view, I would just go back and click on this list function here. And now I'm able to see all 9 of those listings in priced high to low format. Okay. The next function I'm going to go over is the Newsfeed function. And what this goes over is all of the listings from newest to oldest that have been sent to me or are new in my search criteria that match my search criteria. Okay, so I could just scroll through these and just see, like I said, from newest to oldest, what they all pertain. Okay, and they all have the ability to be starred for favorites, and I could click on any of these photos to get their general information. The next function is the save function. Here I can see my searches that my agent has set up for me, and I could unsubscribe from them if I was already subscribed to them, just by tapping on the subscribe button. And if I wanted to subscribe to them, I could just tap on the subscribe button and it would go green like it is here. Okay. Then down here we have our listing collections. We have the Saved by Me, Recommended by Agent, and then the Hidden by Me. Okay. So if I were to tap on this Saved collection title, this would bring up all the saved listings of mine. And then now you'll notice there's 3 stars. This is our rating system. So depending how much you like the listing, you can rate it that way. So if you like it 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 3, just tap on the stars accordingly. Okay, and you have the ability to sort these listings like you did before and then map them. Alright, the last function is the More function. Here we see our name generated by our agent. We are able to change our email and password. If I click on that, that shows me my email, my name, and then allows me to enter in the current password and then enter in the new password and confirm it. And I could just save that if I wanted to. Okay, if I go back here, we have the ability to download the app. This will open up our app store, and this will take us to the Flex MLS Consumer app, which actually I won't go over right now. That'll take us into our next video. If I wanted to view this mobile version via the full site, I could do that by tapping on this link. And if I wanted to log out, if I was done working in my portal, I could just come here and log out. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the Flex My Mobile portal user site. Thank you for watching.